much, but all right. So this moment here, sweet FBG test. I have this rule for my FBGs. All right. If I have if I have in fact, funny enough, right? This is the only FBG here. Think about it. This is the only fair value graph here on this very time frame. Right? This is the only fair value graph here. This there's no fair value here. This one is too early, right? There's nothing here, even. There's nothing here. So this is actually the only fair value graph here. And this is actually a very good point. All right? The market came in and what? Disappeared. So that's how crazy it is actually, like so crazy. All right? I would have said if I have a rule of once I see three or four, I want to see a situation where there are like multiple FVGs stacked together. Right? It's happened. We have one on a trade I took. When was that? Yesterday. When you see multiple FVGs stacked together, then it doesn't happen all the time. This one, let me see. Mm, Okay. So yesterday. Let me just see if I can. This was missed. Okay. I don't know. I'm actually looking for something for real. Okay, let me see if it's this one. One, two, three. Okay, I think let's use this one now. We have this one here. Just very light one. We have the second one. We have this third one, right? I have a rule, yeah? If I have three AVGs stuck together, right? AVGs. I rarely use other block, right? Mine just mainly AVGs, right? So if I have three AVGs stuck together, I don't go for the first one, right? If I've gotten for the first one, amazing. This has actually been a good trade, but I would have been in some hits when it comes below here, right? In fact, it will have taken me out, but if I enter there, I'll use this low as my SL, right? So I don't always go for the first LVG, and I don't go for the last because the last is too late, right? The um the second is always my boot, right? The second LVG is always my boot. That is always my boot. So as you can see here, the tapped in. Though when I was taking this trade, I think I entered there, right? I entered at this first one. I didn't know it's gonna drop. Like I knew it's gonna drop, but I took the risk because I already have my main, a very large entry down here. So this drawdown sale didn't actually impact the overall floating profits. It came in, tapped into this area and started disappearing, right? So I think I have this another similar situation um on Monday when the market drops like mad, right? I had a similar situation on Monday when the market dropped. It should be Monday, right? Market. This is Monday. Market started dropping. There's a particular. This is many hours. Tapped into this zone and started buying. Okay. Okay. Look at this case here. We have like one, two, three, four. Right? Now, when you have four AVGs stuck together, choosing the first two. This is things I do for myself, right? This is one, two, three, four. 5. Oh, wait. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, in this case, we have 5, right? So personally, I'll stick with the midpoints, like 1, 2. I'll choose the middle. Right? That was going to be my entry, right? And if I'm setting my SL, I'll try as much to cover. Of course, you're entering here now. You're taking the low of the candle that gave rise to the FVG, right? So my SL will be like down here, right? My SL will be like down here. I don't know if it's making sense, right? So if I'm choosing this point, it's exactly how it's going to be. Of course, I always go for the midpoint. In fact, I use Fibonacci to calculate the gap, the space between them. I choose the midpoint. Let me see. Exactly. So my SL will be, of course, down here. This is like how many pips? 14 pips, 14 points rather. So that's what it is. I shoot for whatever I want to shoot for. Right? I shoot for whatever I want to shoot for. Is how many? Oh, what am I doing? That I will go. Choose the midpoint, right? Have my SL down where it should be. Just at this low, right? Then choose for my, if I imagine, say, okay, the market's triggered here, basically. Market triggered here. So with the SL I have, this is already, it has given me my 2 hour, like 28 points. My 2 hour, I'm done, right? So this is it. I don't get, caught in this previous move, right? I don't get caught in this move. So that's what I've observed. Yeah, this is actually a very good 3 hour as well. That's a very good 3 hour. So that's how I calculate my FGs and the entries. Right? So not just about that. What you don't use market so coming down like this. So I think that's just about that when it comes to let's see. Okay, what are just setting up for? We got to 62.5. Very awesome. At least this gap should be. But if you look at this stuff, there's some imbalances here too. The market might want to come and sweep this way before going back up. That's good for you now. You can always take out a crazy low. So at the end of the day, the best is actually to know the best time to trade. Me, I do get good entries during the day, but my money hours are like my best, because I'm very well settled. During the day, I have loads of activities. I may not be too settled to get a good entry point. Sometimes I take what you call mechanical entries, which are not always really, really, really the best. Mechanical, no, not like they're not really the best. Sometimes you need to study them. Sometimes you need to study them. Sometimes you need to study them. So that just it's so when you don't have the time to study, the market might just come and mess up a little bit. Um, as you can see, it took out this low. That's just what it is. Tap into the liquidity lying below here, and of course, take out. So for buyers, for those now that, of course, try to set a buy limit at this LVG and having SL just at this low. I think they've just been taken out now. They've been swept. These guys keep buying. So that's why sometimes you get taken out and market is when you're like, are they monitoring me? But if you get to observe all of this, like if you really get to observe all of this, you can even decide to have your entry just at this low, right? And pray spread and the market mitigation. I don't know what I'm speaking in. The market, whatever lies in your favor. So that's just it. So now this buy now will be so invalid. If it's still an option on this time frame you're looking at, they will still have you still have areas of interest down here. You have loads of areas of interest down here, but it's coming down here will just to invalidate this buy move, right? And on the higher time frame, this is like a very strong buy momentum. So that is just it, right? And just it. If I start to go over, if I start to go over my mistake on Friday, we have gone over it. So many, just as crazy as it is, just as crazy as it is. Well, that's about it. So, do you have any question or any idea you want to share? Let's all learn together. Mm,
Okay. Good morning once again. Can you hear me? Hello. Can you hear me?
okay.
Can you hear me?
Mm, okay. Yeah. Did you stop recording? No, 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 no. I'm still on. I'm still on. Or should I stop? I'm still recording. I'm still recording. I'm still recording. I'm still recording. It's quite a very good, right? Quite a very good book.
Okay.
And sometimes you need some previous questions. And so that is it.
What
And then I
what
think let
is
me go over. Let me check. Yeah, and another thing, sometimes if the lower time frame is messing you up, just get on the higher time frame. You can see how clear the market is, right? So on this very high time frame, though there's an FVG here that you didn't get to, but then this mitigation here, you can just work with that. You might say come back here, but at least it will want to take out this high here, just in case some sellers sold. This market is crazy. I'm telling you. So that's just the crazy thing about this, the guy. Market has been. So on Monday, where did my error start from? Right? On Monday, okay, yeah. After hitting my first DP in the morning, right? I entered where? I think I entered another trade around here, basically. I think around somewhere here, right? Targeting this high, 1110, right? So the market got into this zone, right? They don't want to break into here. This is already a large FVG, telling me that this FVG is already a good sell signal, right? Got here the first time, I didn't close, right? I didn't close. It came back, I think took me out, right? It took me out. I entered for another buy immediately. The market got here, I didn't close. All these movements are actually recovering the losses I had, right? Came back here, I didn't close. The market came back, took me out still. I entered another one. Right, and that was another one. This time around with crazy risk. Came here, right? Came back here to give me the last opportunity to play. Can see how this zone has been holding, right? We know that for sure that he's gonna tap into this area before. You can see immediately it took out above here a bunch of liquidities lying here. The market needs to tap into them before even selling. So these are like good sell signals, right? I kept ignoring them because I was expecting the market to buy, tap into this one, create a new all-time high for that very day, right? So this very one here that I entered around USF, took me out. Like I had some severe crazy losses, right? Then what the market do? Play down here, come back, took out these highs. So some sellers were able to get in here, and this is a very good point. Sold until 5,000. It's at a very good point, right? So that is me. You know, it's one thing to actually know what was wrong, right? So that was my own error. I didn't TP hit. Can you see that? This market is crazy. Yeah, that's amazing. That's just how it is. You know, I think your TP hit one on the session. That's super good. Amazing. So you can see the rule is always there, right? The rule is always there. Mitigate. See, let me show you this thing. Look at the low. It has always been like this. If it's for sale, right? It will, if it's for sale, take out the high. Then, so it has always been, okay, I always look out for this, right? I always look out for this. Now, once I trade this kind of thing, I now wait for a pullback. Sometimes the pullback comes, sometimes it doesn't come. I do this. I now wait for an entry. I now wait for an entry around here. Wait for the market to, whatever it is, go back into this zone. For now, the main sale to happen. Sorry. Okay. Well, first of all, for my entry, in fact, it was a late entry. I would have entered here. I would have entered right right here. This 433. Right. So first of all, these are not trend normally. Okay, this is a clear on trend. It gave me my series of lower lows, which are like very important. Right, my lower lows. Um, gave my series of my lower lows. Then of course this thing immediately this low was swept. I knew that okay, that just it. Right. Like I already had a long, what's it called? A bias for buying, right? So maybe this was taken out. I now waited for a clear um entry, right? I would have entered there, but of course, as a very cautious trader, I wanted to be sure that this high is taken out. So maybe this high got taken out, boom, I tapped in. Had my SL right below here because I know the market might want to play back into this FVG here, but it cannot take out this low, right? So I aimed 2 hour, right? I aimed 2 hour. Okay. So you can see you can see that I got my mitigation or whatever this same thing that had just happened here. This same thing that happened here. I saw it happen here. Right? This is already my cue that this market is gonna buy. Then I made sure that this high got taken out. Right? Make sure this high got taken out. The minute it got taken out, I entered this and this. I think that is where I entered, right? Got in here. So normally I would say that the better entry should be this pullback. But of course, the market will always pull back, right? Market pull back, created what we call a double bottom. This is another confirmation, right? Okay, that's what I call it, double bottom. This is another confirmation, another buy confirmation, right? Double bottom and to the moon, boom, right? To the moon, like straight up, straight up. So that's it. That's it. That's my entry. That's how I got the entry. That's how I got the entry. All right. So that's it, man, bro. That's it. So on your own bar, look for. Like I said, this market can still buy, but me waiting for it now might make me to wait. Though yesterday's trade closed around 8x. It lingered for like 1 hour, 30 minutes. I've already known in my journal. I wrote it down. My trades, right? My best trades don't last more than 1 hour. Majority of my best trades don't last more than 1 hour. So if I saw that trade that is moving for like 5 hours, play, I should better get out because at the end of the day, it doesn't always go well. Right? That's what I've observed for myself. But that's why I don't always shoot for these crazy ass like chasing like 40 points, whatever points. And in my risk, I hardly risk more than 10 pips. Like in my, what's it called? I hardly risk 10 pips, right? If I'm to this, you see like something like 15. So my total TP can be like 30 points also. All right. So that's also because I don't structure my trade in one particular way. All right. So this guy now is shooting for 83 or 90. So but we are done with what we came for. Until like this now till tomorrow. I don't finish what we do. Imagine you have a 100 accounts. All this move now, when you need to don't pass your accounts, collect pay. Want at least want a consistent pay. That's like the most important thing. Right? So it's God that is helping us regardless. And it's God that is helping us regardless. And this year will go like say will go very, very, very well. So go so sort of so that's it my trip. That's just it my trip. No, that's it. No, that's it. So these are just a few things I've learned over time for myself, right? That's few things I've learned. To, hey, to go hello. Oh, wow. Like it's so vivid, right? It's so vivid, like so vivid, so vivid, like so vivid. As I had a guy that wanted to pay for all these communities now, like I am academy. I just told him that you already have an edge, right? All you need, you don't need loads of signals. In fact, he entered one free signal pick like that pour in like 25 signals, 25 signals in 1 hour. You're in a signal group, everybody are jumping win, but you're always losing. It's crazy. Alright, so best thing, just look on your edge, see what you have. Just if you're in a community, let it just be for learning and understanding. Right? So now that's it. Anyways, you can only get better. You can only get better. You can only get better. Actually. You can only get better. You, my own entries are matters, like matters. So yours now is to practice and keep passionate with it. So if you have fun, you can get a proper account. I don't know if you've tried it. Maybe a proper account like this. I tell you, nice proper account. Just literally, you can just set to target just 1%. You do your calculation, know what that 1% will give you. What you have to risk to make that 1%. Just 1% every day. If you lose, you're losing 0.5%. 1%, 1%, if it's 8% to pass or 10% to pass, 10 good trading days is a win. You can give yourself target of one full month, sef. For one full month, allow it to Just give yourself one full month. Crazy enough, uh, um, the payout I got last time, I paid that out for one full month, hoping 23 trading days, right? 23 days. That would have been earlier, but greed made me, you make you lose, you make you lose, you make you lose. Funny enough is that I was able to get that payout. Okay, my final account, I traded for like that 23 days, but the payout I got happened in just 2 trading days. Like the payout I got, just two. So what I've been doing for the rest of the 20 days, I don't know what I'll call it, but I got paid from the transactions I did in 2 trading days. Can imagine that, my bro. Can imagine that. So it's just amazing how things work. The time will come, all these profits you are trying to chase and make in one flipping minute, you sit in one amazing day, you see like mother's 300K floats in your life. Damn, I never believed this. And that sometimes I tap into my imagination by getting all these um, um, big accounts. You understand? Because there was a time I took a 15K account to like a million. That's a 15K demo account. Yeah, they did it. I think that should be in space of 3 weeks or so. Took it to $1 million. Like, wow, 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 this is nice, right? Uh, but I will gladly shock you that I believe that one in 2 days, right? Yeah, yeah. So that's to tell you that there's no amount that is too big to be blown. Mhm. So after making that kind of progress, the euphoria of wins got into me. What's it called? The euphoria of winning streak. That too can be very dangerous. So got in, I messed up that account in just 2 trading days. My 3 weeks long stress, right? So that's just what it is. So cheers to the best family, and it's gonna be an amazing day. All right? Cheers to